Over the next few quarters, cryptocurrency is going to have a radical shift in nature. And I believe cryptocurrencies like Hbar are going to lead the helm, as it's been about a month now since the biggest collapse of all time. I'm talking about the October 10th liquidation event, an event that took over $19 billion out of the crypto markets over the span of just 24 hours. This was so bad, in fact, that experts like Tom Lee are predicting it could take weeks until the crypto markets have enough liquidity to even pump, as a lot of market makers right now are taking profit, and it's causing right now yet another cascade in the crypto markets. Are we ever going to get a bottom? I think we are, and that's what I'm talking about in this video. So Bitcoin right now is at $86,000, and the elephant in the room, the question everyone has is, when is this bottom coming? Now, $86,000 for a lot of us doesn't really mean much, but for the people in the room that are trying to time a bottom, it means a heck of a lot. Because if crypto over the weekly does not close on the green, I mean, that's a bad look for the crypto industry. That's yet another red candle that's coming in here. That's not something good. However, on our favor here is the fact that the past cycle top, which was at about $68,000, has not been hit yet. And a lot of people, I feel like, are sidelined waiting for this moment to happen, as major funds like ARK Invest are beginning to add more and more and more capital into the crypto markets. They are buying our bags. And what cryptocurrency of all of them in the world, I'm talking about millions upon millions of different cryptocurrencies, which is the crypto that today did the best? Well, that cryptocurrency, my friends, would be the one that you're looking at a video for today. That would be Hbar. Hbar is actually up 10% right now. This is despite the fact that the crypto markets have corrected. Hbar is up 10%, and Hbar was up even more than that. Hbar was up almost 20% on just today, as many of these major funds are beginning to add capital into the crypto markets. I find that very, 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 very interesting. We also got the news that the Wyoming stable token is going to be using Hbar as well, which I find that very, very fascinating. Hbar is tapping into a lot of the roots of the US policy market. I mean, they're all over this stuff. And today we even got this here. We had breaking news. Swift has confirmed the full cutover to ISO 20022 this weekend, meaning all global bank-to-bank payments will now run on the new standard. I don't want to make it seem like that means that the entire banking system is running on crypto, because it's not right now. But what it does tell us is that the cryptocurrency's best position to be compliant with this could potentially one day get a slice of this market due to just how compliant they are. Remember, Hbar was the first altcoin in history to get a spot ETF. And that's not an exaggeration. The Canary Capital ETF was the first in history for an altcoin. I'm not talking Ethereum. Ethereum, I mean, we all know that's a major. Ethereum, Bitcoin, third, that's Hbar. So when I saw this here, that they were going ahead and shifting over to ISO 20022 fully now, something clicked in my head and told me this is a major moment for all these different cryptocurrencies that are compliant, because they have been for years, if not decades at this point, it feels like, been positioning themselves to fully tap into the great shift that is happening in the banking industry. They will, absolutely, these banks are going to be adopting cryptocurrency. We've seen it in the DAT world, in the equity markets. The digital asset treasury companies are going all in on crypto. The top performing stocks have been the stocks that are all in on crypto. I mean, that's really been the thing. And what Hbar has been doing for the past few months is they've been playing catch up in the DeFi side. Because in what universe do you want to have an active DeFi ecosystem? Is it to try to capitalize on retail? You know, is retail our market here? The average Joe, do we want him to be tapping into yield farms? No. Obviously, the answer is no. The average Joe is not going to know how to do that. The real market here are the institutions. The future of crypto rests, as unfortunate as this may be, in the institutions' hands. And these institutions are going to go deep into crypto. And so Hedera recognizes this, and they recognize that they need to build out a DeFi ecosystem that these institutions are going to use. If you pour $10 billion into a cryptocurrency, you want to have something to do with it. You don't want to just hold it. You want to be able to stake it, farm some yield on stablecoins, have something to do that is fairly low risk, that you'll be able to use that money to do so that you don't just have the incentive of hold the crypto, you have the incentive of hold the crypto and farm the yield. And for institutions, that is a major selling point. And so from what I've seen from the Hedera Foundation is they've been positioning for this exact run. And I know a lot of people always point to the Hedera Council as this like all being Zen council. I think the Hedera Council is a pivotal thing when it comes to showing just how connected the Hedera Foundation currently is. And, this has been a phenomenal resource for testing the chain en masse. I still remember the days where we were having thousands upon thousands of transactions per second. Of course, those times have kind of come and went. And, Hbar goes ahead and tests different companies at different times with their grant program. That's a big reason this Hedera Council was created in the first place. The number one thing, though, that I'm looking for that's not related to this Hedera Council is this. This is the Clarity Act. And when this happens, the framework for crypto is going to be set. The rules, the regulations, the framework is going to be set. And the day that this passes, because it will pass, nobody thought that the US would become pro-crypto, and yet we are in the most pro-crypto state it's ever been. When this act passes, this will be a monumental moment for crypto. It's going to change it forever. And I don't pick sides because I really could care less. This is obviously a biased take on the current situation. I really don't care. All I care is anything that's pro-crypto because, of course, we're all investors. We all want the best for the crypto markets, and we think crypto is going to be the future, and that's why we're here. Simply put. The Clarity Act was delayed to 2026. He's saying because Democrats don't want the U.S. to be the crypto capital of the world. The US is going to be the crypto capital of the world. It's going to be the crypto capital of the world. It's the strongest financial currency on the planet. The US dollar by far is the strongest. They're going to be pouring time and resources into this, and they already have. So to say that 2026 isn't going to be a big year for crypto is absolutely absurd. Once this clarity comes, it's called the Clarity Act, right? This is going to be an enormous moment for crypto. And the cryptocurrencies that are positioned to be able to take best advantage of this are the companies that are getting those US equity partnerships, the companies that have a council filled with Fortune 500 companies like Hbar, the companies that are ISO 20022 compliant that are following the rules like Hbar, the companies that are going ahead and helping Congress with regulation like Hbar, the companies that are going ahead and showing that they have staying power despite the market being down like Hbar. These are the cryptocurrencies that are going to show the world that the US has staying power like Hbar. So that is my short-term thesis on Hbar over the course of the next year. There's no doubt in my mind that today is just a start for the future of what is going to be one of the top performing cryptocurrencies of 2026. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you all next time. Stay classy, and that's all.